Commissioner, Superintendent, Divan Sahib, Library.
The old man got up, raised his eyes to heaven in gratitude, and stepping forward, put his hands to the door.
Yes, who is there?
He called out Coachman Ali's name. Did you? Here I am. I have come for my letter.
It's a madman, sir, who worries us by calling every day for letters that never come.
The old man went back slowly to the bench on which he had been accustomed to sit for 5 long years. Ali had been a clever shikari. As his skill increased, so did his love for the hunt, till at last it was as impossible for him to pass a day without hunting as it is for the opium eater to forego his daily portion. When Ali sighted the earth-brown partridge, almost invisible to other eyes, the poor bird, they said, was as good as in his bag. His sharp eyes saw the hare crouching, even when the dogs failed to see the creature cunningly hidden in the yellow-brown scrub. Ali's eyes would catch the sight of his ears, but when the evening of his life was drawing in, he left his old ways and suddenly took a new turn. His only child, Miriam, married and left him. She went off with a soldier into his regiment in the Punjab.
That fellow, is he mad?
Who, sir? Oh yes. No matter, he has been every day for the last 5 years. But he doesn't get many letters.
I can well understand that. What does he think? Will have time to write a letter every day?
But he is a bit touched, sir. In the old days, he committed many sins, and maybe he shed some blood within sacred precincts and is paying for it now. Mad men are strange people.
A postman in Ahmedabad who did absolutely nothing but make little heap dust, and another had a habit to going to the riverbed in order to pour water on the certain stone every day.
Oh, that's nothing. I knew one madman who paced up and down all day, another who never ceased declaiming poetry, and a third who would slap himself on the cheek and then began to cry because he was being beaten.
It seems as though the mad live in a world of their own making. To them, perhaps, we too appear mad. The madman's world is rather like the poet's, I should think.
He laughed as he spoke the last words, looking at one of the clerks who wrote indifferent verse. Then he went out and the office became still again. For several days, Ali had not come to the post office. There was no reason with enough sympathy or understanding to guess the reason. But all were curious to know what had stopped the old man. At last he came again, but it was a struggle for him to breathe, and on his face were clear signs of approaching end. That day he could not contain his impatience.
What a pest you are, brother.
My name is Ali.
I know. But do you think we have got your Miriam's name registered?
Then please note it down, brother. I will be useful if a letter should come when I am not there here. For how should the villagers who had spent the 3/4 of his life handing now the Miriam's name was not worth a piece of anyone but her father?
Have you no sense?
Brother, then you can never be to me. But will you do one thing?
What?
What do you see up there?
Heaven.
Allah is there, and in His presence I am giving you this money. When it comes, you must forward my Miriam's letter to me.
But where? Where am I supposed to send it?
To my grave.
What?
Yes, it is true. Today is my last day, my very last, alas. And I have not seen the Miriam. I had no letter for her.
One day, however, trouble came to the postmaster. His daughter lay ill in another town, and he was anxiously waiting for on his way with news of her. For now, the postmaster understood Ali's heart and his very soul. After spending but a single night in suspense, anxiously waiting for news of his daughter, his heart was brimming with sympathy for the poor old man who had spent his nights in the same suspense for the last 5 years. At the stroke of 5, he heard a soft knock on the door. He felt sure it was Ali. He rose quickly from his chair, his suffering father's heart recognizing another, and flung the door wide open.
Come in, brother Ali.
Who was that, sir? Old Ali?
Yes, I was speaking to Ali.
Old Ali is dead, sir. But give me his letter.
What? But when are you sure, Lakshmidas?
Yes, that is so.
Ali died 3 weeks ago.
The postmaster was bewildered. Miriam's letter was still lying near the door. Ali's image was still before his eyes. He listened to Lakshmidas' recital of the last interview, but he could still not doubt the reality of the knock on the door and the tears in Ali's eyes. He was perplexed. Had he really seen Ali? Had his imagination deceived him? Or had it perhaps been Lakshmidas? The daily routine began. The clerk read out the addresses, police commissioner, superintendent, librarian, and flung the letters deftly. But the postmaster now watched them as eagerly as though each contained a warm beating heart. He no longer thought of them in terms of envelopes and postcards. He saw the essential human worth of a letter. That evening, you could have seen Lakshmi Das and the postmaster walking with slow steps to Ali's grave. They laid the letter on it and turned back.
Death is the great redeem, and old Ali is finally on his way to redeem himself of his dark past. It is our duty to unite him with this letter. May he find peace at